A dental practice in Maryland, so close to where I am in Philadelphia, is looking for help, looking for an associate to manage their awesome growth. I'm here with Dr. Leigh Auchey of her practice is currently searching for an associate with an amazing guarantee, a relocation bonus. We're going to talk about it here. Just go to dentistjobconnect.com to find out about this position, or you can text MD for Maryland to 215-798-9897. Dr. Leigh, thanks for joining me. My first question: when did you become a practice owner? What year did you go from associate to practice owner?
I became an owner the end of 2018, but technically January of 2019.
January 2019. When did you graduate from dental school?
2007.
Awesome. So between 2007 and 2019, were you associates at different practices?
I was. I did a residency for 1 year, and then I was an associate at a practice for 6.5 years while my husband finished his degree.
Cool.
And then I ended up moving back to Salisbury, which is where I grew up, and joined this practice where I have now been for almost 9 years.
Awesome. I love these conversations. Tell our audience first of all, I love that you did a residency. I did a residency. I think everyone should do it. You got a whole year
yes.
to go out of your comfort zone, practice on people you're never going to see again in the best way, be able to ask for advice. I mean, I came from the gym, but I go to this barber and I use this example. In dentistry, we have it really tough because if someone comes over during your haircut in private practice and says, I need help from another dentist to finish this procedure, the patient loses confidence in you.
Yes.
But in a residency, this is built.
That's okay.
And I think that's awesome. So tell our audience, what were some of the good associate positions? Not many, but what are some good traits of a good associate position from your experience?
So for me, being the associate allowed me the opportunity to learn and be mentored by these other providers who had more experience than me. I have been really fortunate. So both practices that I have worked in have been providers that are willing to teach, have both been up to date as far as technology, really into the continuing education, and both very centered on patient care, which is a huge must for me. So, being the associate, it really prepared me for becoming an owner and being ready to be an owner of a practice.
Yeah, I think I call it the aunt or uncle of the practice. Currently, I have two children. I got two practices. I have 3 nieces and nephews. And when I go to my sister's house, I love hanging with my nieces and nephews, but I get to give them back at the end of the day.
Yes.
I don't have to get their lunch ready. I don't have to figure out what their schedule is. I got my own family for that. So I think it's just important to realize how valuable awesome associate positions are to your growth, whether you stay as an associate long-term, which can be amazing, even on a practice. So now you have a group, and I love groups. I have a group. We have 2 owners, my brother and I. We have 10 other dentists, 8 to 10 other dentists that work with us, specialists, GP associates. I think dentistry needs more groups. So tell us about your group.
So our group, we have actually been on the Eastern Shore since 1980. This practice was started by 1 doctor, grew to 2, and then additionally added associates over time. Right now, we have 2 partners and 2 associates. We have many hygienists. We are unique on the Eastern Shore of Maryland in the sense that we are a larger group practice, but not without the compassion and the small town feel. Yeah. So it doesn't feel like a clinic when you come here. However, we are the exception to what people think of when they think of a dental office. We're up to date, very modern, latest technology, always striving to provide the best we can for our patients.
Awesome. I love that. And as we dig into your position, I just want to share with everyone I'm talking with Dr. Leigh. Her position is in Maryland. They're looking for an associate to manage their awesome growth. You can text MD to 215-798-9897 to find out more about it, or just visit dentistjobconnect.com. Now, Dr. Leigh, I talk about, is your associate position a car or a boat? So since you're since you're near water, you know this reference. A car is a need, a boat's a want. So many times associates are hired. It's a want position, a boat position. And then 4 months later, they are sold, right? And are sold like a boat. They say, we don't need you here anymore. A need position like a car. When my associate got into perio, because I told her to do perio, Dr. Jill, hope she's watching, I needed another associate. And when I was interviewing for that position, I said, hey, Dr. Jill, she's leaving. We have this schedule here for her. We're going to give you a guarantee. So share with us about your position. Dentists, we love details. We want to know the probing depth of 15 distal when we're working on 30. Why? We don't know. We got messed up, right? We want to know the patient's 3rd grade teacher's name, even if we don't. That's right. So tell us some about the details of this awesome position. How many days a week? What's the income guarantee, and what people are going to be doing? What the associate's going to be doing?
So our practice is broad spectrum general dentistry. However, we do like to feel that we specialize in a lot of those procedures. So we offer a wide variety that is all available to the associate to practice and to learn more about. So restorative dentistry, crown and bridge, cosmetic dentistry, endo, dentures, partials, extractions. We do some implants, restoring implants, certainly. We do Invisalign, Botox, some sleep appliances, periodontal therapy, of course. And so this practice really gives you the opportunity to grow your knowledge and become the kind of provider you want to be. We are definitely, it's a need. We are growing rapidly. And we are actually in the plans of expanding our office. So that's in the works. We haven't like physically done it yet, but it's coming. And so that just allows us again to provide more for our patients.
I love that growth mindset. I love that you guys have an income guarantee. You know, one of the things, I walk the walk, talk the talk, put my money where my mouth is. Every dentist that works in our office has a safety net income guarantee from Specialist General Dentist, because I want our dentist to walk in and know that they can count on making money. To me, I think it is nacho nuts that we will pay a front desk team member, pay an assistant, pay a hygienist. And some people say, oh, associates, just eat what you kill and hunt PPO class twos. I do not think that's a good system. So you have an hourly guarantee.
We do.
Translates into a yearly salary. What would that be?
So the yearly guaranteed salary is $150,000. And we do promote the conversion to whichever is higher, which would be the percentage of your collections. We do have a 96% collections rate, and we are a non-participating with insurance office. So we offer also the ability of the doctor-patient relationship to really be dictated on the needs of the patient, discussion, education, and making the decisions without time restraints and insurance restraints. So that collection rate is almost always attainable very quickly after the associate starts here.
Awesome. I think that's a great way to put it. And, you know, we have to, you know, in a genuine way, I say to my associates, hey, no matter what, you're going to make 120 grand a year, but I hope you make $200,000 a year. Here's an opportunity to make more. And you put this together like a good plate of nachos where people can feel secure in earning that so they can pay their rent and move there. But also you say that your associates have exceeded, you would expect them to exceed earning $200,000 a year. Is that?
Absolutely. And within the first few months.
And getting dental talent is not easy. There is a missing link. I hope Job Connect is helping, you know, bond dentists together, because we got 6,000 graduating dental students, probably 750 from residencies right now. And then we got practices like yours looking for associates, and people go, I can't find each other. So we're hoping to bond people together, but you're doing something very cool. I think more practice owners should do. You're offering a relocation bonus. Tell us about that. If someone is in Maine and they think that this is the job for them, but they got to move and sign on. Tell us about this sign-on/relocation bonus.
So we really are committed to investing in the right person. And if we find that person, we are more than ready to help them make that move to come down here so that we can get them started. So there is a sign-on and relocation bonus that will be allocated to the associate, kind of in two pieces, actually, as time goes on, but to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as planned.
And I think that's really important because, you know, I was speaking with a financial planner, a advisor and sponsor, and, you know, our career is nuts, right? We go from like in debt, our friends make money, we're in a basement burning ourselves with wax, right? Like we have no money. Literally, you know, my wife's retired kindergarten teacher, and, you know, if we were friends when I was in dental school and she was a kindergarten teacher, she could pay to go on vacation. I had to ask my parents for money. Right? I'd literally be like, Dad, could I have like $100? I'm 24 years old. And then we transform into making $200,000 a year, which is not always easy to handle. But there's this missing link of leaving residency, moving somewhere where you feel, I would say, sometimes ashamed to not have the money. We actually have a cool program and tell you about it, doc-to-doc lending, started by anesthesiologists. They're a sponsor of Dentist Job Connect. They help with these transitions too, just for you to know about. But I think it's really cool that you support and understand the financial challenges of moving for a job. So as we wrap up, if you were talking to someone watching, listening right now, you have like 120 seconds, Dr. Leigh, to tell someone why they should come work for you guys.
I personally believe so strongly in our practice. It has been an incredible experience for me. I couldn't be happier to be here. The Eastern Shore of Maryland is beautiful. We are near the bay, near the ocean, not a far drive from Pennsylvania, Virginia, DC, Annapolis, Baltimore. There's lots to do. People are friendly here, so that is always a plus. The commuting, between here and wherever you might choose to live is probably not going to be too long. So that, unlike being in a city, that's kind of nice. We do again offer the autonomy of the patient-doctor relationship and making the decisions that you truly feel are best for your patients. Our staff is phenomenal. They are experienced, they are friendly, they are caring. They really make the patient feel at ease, and they go above and beyond to take care of our patients in addition to what the doctors do. I just think it's an overall win-win kind of place.
I love that.
Could not
And
be
I want to
happier
add in
to-
from one of your toppings to strain out for being an out-of-network office. We're an out-of-network office now. We haven't always been that way. I do want to share, there's no judgment. You could take 48 spoiled guac PPOs and be very successful.
Mhm.
You could be so fee for service. You ask your patients to pay a year ahead of time,
Yep.
whatever you want to do. But working as an associate for an out-of-network office is a lot less confusing. And
Mhm.
you just go and say, I mean, we have a membership club, so it doesn't mean there's no adjustments to charges. It just means the adjustments to charges are on our terms. And I just share with people that that is a benefit for an associate position.
Sure.
Because when there's a lot of in-network insurances, it can be confusing. Doesn't mean don't work for those places, but it's just a real benefit. Well, Dr. Leigh, I hope you come visit us in Philadelphia. You are awesome.
Yeah.
You're right up the proverbial road. Visit dentistjobconnect.com to find out about this amazing position, or text Maryland MD to 215-798-9897. Thanks for being on with us.
Thank you.